Can you all guess who I am?
Darna.
No, I'm not Darna. But I am Superman. Superman. Whenever a friend asks me, comes to me for help, I always put on my Superman cape and I always try my best to help. That's my take on how men think. Now, who I am? That's not right. I am a woman listening. Whenever you come to a woman for help, she will listen to you. She will ask you questions then. What happened? And she will express herself by suggesting a solution. See the difference? A man, Superman, I will help you. Woman, listen with her heart. Okay? Women and men think differently. That's why psychologists came up with several ideas which explains the difference between the two. One psychologist exemplary explained, enlightened the world with his men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So that's John Gray. In the office, we tend to work privately in our machines. But we cannot deny the fact that we need to communicate with one another to progress. Most of the time we use the email. Sometimes we use same time. Or rarely we use personal conversation. After conversing with the opposite sex, we would realize that it is pretty hard to communicate with one another. Say Joel is asking Wella for help. Joel will have a hard time. Because communicating with the opposite sex is very difficult. For example, a male co-worker is doing a job for his female lead, and he could not ask questions because he could not approach his lead. Or a female designer could not follow instructions from a male supervisor because the male is giving king-like instructions like, do this, do that, I need that by 5 p.m. Or a female co-worker could not ask questions to her male lead because male lead doesn't know how to approach. What's the result of these examples? Anyone? Unhappy workers, mediocre work, and lowered productivity. So how could we evade these unwanted results? Win points to one another. Again, win points to one another. How can we win points to one another? Ask me how. How? Scripture says, Romans 12, verse 10, outdo one another in showing honor. Again, outdo one another in showing honor. Scripture suggests that men and women compete with one another. But it says that we only compete by giving honor. By giving honor, we will understand one another better. I attended a talk 2 weeks ago. It taught me ways or tips on how to win points. Let me start with men. So, women, listen carefully. We've got 3 ways to win points to men.
Stomach.
First point, make him feel appreciated. For example, Romina asked me a calculation to support her report. And after the job, he told me, Alvin, you've got good calculation. Good job. 5 points for Mina. Men needs women's feedback because we don't know if what we're doing is right. Second way to win point. Make him feel you believe in him. Believe is a 12-point word in the Scrabble. But if you use it to men, okay, Bandam, I believe you. You can do this. That's 20 points for you. 20.
Great.
Whenever I will deliver a speech in front of people, I usually practice in front of my mates, usually Jess or Claire. After the practice, they will tell me, Alvin, you can do it. We believe in you. And I always come to Toastmaster meeting confident because believing can boost self-confidence. Third point. Make him feel he is in control. One day I was working in my computer. I sit near the pantry and my office mate came to me. She was pregnant. Came to me. Hey Alvin, I see I see you've got big arms. Can you use your big arms to lift the water? Without thinking, I came to the pantry, I lifted the water and put it in the dispenser and boom. Women pull back on the details. When you are going to ask men for help, try not to use commands or doubting questions like, can you do this? Try questions suggesting he's able, like, I know you can do this, but can you please do this calculation for me? So we've got 3 ways. And moving on, men, you need to hear this. We've got 1 way. The only way to win points to women is to make her feel cherished. Sorry. So after you made the man to win points, man will feel that they are Superman. Then moving on, make her feel cherished. How are you going to do that? For example, Michelle, your table topics was good and you look beautiful. That's 1 point for me. Or, Claire, you look beautiful today. Could you give me an update about your work? 1 point for Alvin. So, make her feel cherished. After you make her feel cherished, women will feel that they are Wonder Woman. Fellow Toastmasters, I have just shared you the tips on how to win points to the opposite sex. I encourage you to use those tips and see the positive effect that we'll have in our work, outside work, and in our home. Just remember, in the battle of man versus women, outdo one another in showing honor, and you will have Toastmaster win.
Ano ka, bellboy eh.